Hi dear Aries, welcome back. This is A from High Fives Tarot. This is your January 2023 Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus love reading for the sign of Aries. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps next month's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Welcome back and thank you for being here, dear Aries. If you are still confused, continuation of this reading, by the way, is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and you could scroll down at the end of the page so that you could get your own 3-card spread. If you're still confused about the brief description provided to you, then you can send me an email of your 3 cards, and I could tarot@highfiveshighvibes.com, so that I could give you free interpretation of your reading. So the core energy you have here, this is a major arcana card that what are you holding on to, dear Aries? It's the end of the year, and as you welcome 2023, how can you examine your habits as far as this connection is concerned? How can you be this is Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, who is a symbol of empathy, of compassion. How can you be compassionate not only to your partner but to yourself also? How are you been acting as far as your romantic life is concerned, and how are you managing your energy, and how do you perpetuate patterns that is detrimental to this relationship? Perhaps it would help you to take a look back at those attitudes, the way you see things, and how can you be compassionate. How have you been practicing compassion for yourself and for your person? Happy New Year. I hope you could still hear me. You could be living at a distance from your person, and this distance may have been getting the best of you. This travel and this distance between the two of you may have been the one that is shaking this relationship to its core. Perhaps this has been the source of your argument, or perhaps lack of time for each other, lack of quality time, or perhaps your person, or it could also be you. You may be focusing on something that for your person it's not necessary for you to focus on. That could be shooting for your vlog, spending so much time to be an influencer, could be that, but could also be perhaps your partner is complaining about your lack of time for your self-care and lack of time for you to get to know yourself deeper. The moon card here seems to be a very poignant card to come out. Perhaps you have been not being truthful to yourself, or not being truthful to the relationship, to a point that your partner can smell that from afar. You could be younger in age than your person, and perhaps you have been trying to repress something around you. Perhaps you're not telling your person about what's going on with your life, your struggles, and perhaps you have been so focused on your success, your career, to a point that you are neglecting to take care of yourself, neglecting to get to know yourself better. The Tower and the Moon card here there is not something to disregard, dear Aries. You may be very much Aries born individuals are very action oriented. What have you been focusing? Where have you been focusing your energy for the past year? Where do you intend to focus your energy in the coming year, in 2023? You seem to be focused on success. It's not that your person doesn't want you to succeed. Perhaps at least from your person's perspective, perhaps they see you as having those priorities misplaced, and they are saddened by the fact that instead of you being open about your feelings, open about your struggles, you'd rather keep it inside yourself, or you'd rather to hide them, so that it would not be a burden to your person. What have you been thinking about? Very exhausted. Perhaps your person may have been guiding you, or may have been acting as your guide for the for the year 2022, let's say. But perhaps you are not taking it as a sign, or you don't want unsolicited advice because you're very independent, very intelligent, and you're very connected with your intuition. I strongly feel that you're a strong individual, perhaps mentally or spiritually, and you know what you do. You're full of wisdom. You're full of wit and intelligence. At the same time, you're a very, very beautiful person, dear Aries. You're filled with passion, you're filled with intelligence, wit, but sometimes perhaps as you are in a relationship, perhaps you are more mysterious than your partner expects you to be open, and perhaps this is something that has brought some argument or a major fallout in this I mean, not really fall out, but it is what your person may be complaining about you. How can you channel that feminine energy of receptivity? I mean, you're very receptive, perhaps empathetic, perhaps you're a highly sensitive individual, an empath, but perhaps your person is groping in the dark and not sure how they would act towards you, because you are not communicative, or you're not expressive or assertive of what's bothering you, what struggles are you encountering. Perhaps for some of you, you may be trying to find your place in the world, or perhaps you are trying to find your voice as far as this relationship is concerned. I mean, as I've mentioned, you could be younger, you have an old soul. I'm picking up on the energy of an old soul, Aries, here. I mean, you're full of wisdom, you are way mature than your age, but your person feels this as at an intuitive and at a spiritual level. You don't have to say anything and they will get you, but sometimes you have gotten used to that behavior of not telling much about yourself, to a point that your person couldn't understand what you are trying to express. You're very quiet or very mysterious. That is what I am getting. I mean, and it doesn't align with perhaps if you resonate with that, if you're a vlogger, an influencer, everybody wants a taste of your life. Everybody wants to get to know you, and you're very expressive in your music, in your art, let's say in your vlog, in your blog, whatever it is that is your outlet, your form of outlet, your creative expression. You're very expressive in that aspect of your life, but romantically, perhaps your person would have wanted you to be that kind of expressive towards them. I mean, yeah. And perhaps you are bothered when your person is telling you to you feel deeply. I mean, you may have Pisces in your charts, but there seems to be an argument around you not being this expressive, because your person would have would feel the need to read you, to communicate with you at a soul level instead of verbally, or instead of having that quality time to spend together, to talk about things, to talk about petty stuff. And perhaps your person misses that I don't know, old you, or misses that aspect of you that you share. You are very open to them. If this argument has nothing to do with your mystery or silence, this may have something to do with the people that you surround yourself with. I mean, you may be very popular, and perhaps if you are living with your partner, people come and go into your house. I mean, you have a lot of visitors. It's almost like having a groupie. If you're in a band, I mean, a lot of if you're a guy, a lot of girls are surrounding you, or trying to get your attention. Or if you're a girl, a lot of guys are trying to message you on social media and your partner is not happy with that. It's not that they are jealous, but it's more of it seems like it's not you to be very joyful about the attention, because you're not the type. Perhaps they are also struggling with the changes around you, and you may have changed as a person in 2022, but with those changes your partner can't keep up. It's not that they are having a hard time, or they are just they're jealous or what, but it's more of you're not communicating them much as you communicate in social media, and they know that that's not you. Okay, let us get one more card for dear Aries here. Okay, Hermit in reverse. Self-restraint, not wanting to I mean, if you are on the loop of working on your album, working on your vlog, or whatever it is that you are working on creatively, perhaps your person is concerned about you being in the pattern or in the loop of that exhaustion, being in the loop of that creation, to a point that you are not taking a step back and recharging and taking care of yourself. Let us get what the energy of the person that you are dealing with. Okay. Your person responds with silence too. Your person responds with no talkie, and your person may be lashing out on you and telling you to do this, do that. They're turning out to be the person that you don't want them to become. I mean, perhaps if you run through an argument, you would tell them, you're not my mom, or you're not my dad, you're not my parent, you don't have to tell me that, I'm an adult now. But I strongly feel that this person is just concerned for you, and they are just they care about that creative expression of yours. This person is paving something for themselves also, perhaps working on their career, and I mean they are trying their best to make the most out of their time with you, because perhaps they are venturing into something new this year in January. By 2023 they are venturing into something new, and this is something that they are not talking about. Yeah, the person oops, those are too many, just these two cards. I strongly feel that the person you're dealing with is equally as creative as you, so they understand your goals, your passions, and your visions in life, but they are stretching themselves way too thin. Perhaps they have been giving more than what they receive from you. If you are in a partnership, perhaps you are spending so much time producing or creating something like as I've mentioned, an album, a vlog, or a content. You're very busy producing that content, but you are spending less time with your person, and to a point that it's already exhausting them, and it is something that I don't know, make them feel resentful. You could be dealing with a person who's very, very creative, also very charming. You wouldn't want them to get away. They are very focused on you. I don't get the energy of them being clingy, but I feel that this could be biological clock. I mean, they are worried about their biological clock, and they're not telling you that. You could be dealing with somebody who wants to get married already, and they want to start the discussion with you, but you are too busy to have that conversation with them, and it's getting them very exhausted. They're very passionate, they know what they want, they are very, as I've mentioned, they are very charming, and they are very fierce. This could also be you, because it has the energy of an Aries born individual here. Very fierce energy, very fiery, very, if this is the Pisces, this is the Aries one. So it just take what resonates. The person you're dealing with is bordering, smothering, or this could be you. smothering, and at least from your perspective, perhaps you're seeing it as insecurity, fears. But if you would have more compassion towards them and understand where they are coming from, if you could empathize with them, they just can't get through you in a way that they have been able to in the past. So perhaps you might want to look at that, or perhaps you might want to have that discussion, enlightened discussion with them. No time to argue. That's where you're coming from. The person you're dealing with here is being disciplined. It could also mean that they are very focused on putting you to the right path, but from your end you are not happy with that because they're acting like your parents. So if you are struggling with if you're having a hard time to understand them, dear Aries, perhaps you might want to sit down and talk to them, have this balance, and have this balance and compassion for the relationship, for yourself, for the relationship, and for the person that you are dealing with. You are being challenged to strike that balance and not to distract yourself away from that, because this is a person you wouldn't want to get away. The one who got away, you don't want them to be the one who got away, because they are very special to you. Both of you consider each other as very special. This could also be a same-sex partnership, because you, at the center of your reading, is the Empress and the High Priestess. They're an embodiment of the feminine energy, the highest form of femininity. I mean, very fertile, but also independent, wise, nurturing, receptive. And tune into those energies, because that would make you feel more sane as far as this connection is concerned. Let us get what the universe wants Aries, or dear Aries, here to know. I'm losing my light, my natural light already, but I hope you could still see the cards. Liberty. Okay, in what ways can you free your mind? In what ways can you, if this relationship you think is no longer working, in what ways can you let them go, but at the same time not ghost them? In what ways can you have that peaceful sit down or conversation with them, so that you could release negative energies as you enter 2023? And in what ways can you guide them in a way that they would understand what you truly desire in this connection? So confirmation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and I hope to see you next time, dear Aries. Thank you for being here. My name is A, and see you soon. Bye.